We first got to look at Geometry Wars in a minigame in Project Gotham Racing 2, which was an Xbox original game that let you play Geometry Wars in a beta state in its entirety. All you had to do to access Geometry Wars was to go into walk mode while viewing your garage, and then walk over to the arcade machine and play Geometry Wars. When the fans gave so much positive feedback about this arcade game, they decided to make it into a real thing. Developed by Bizarre Creations and published by Activision for the Xbox 360. Geometry Wars Retro Evolved was first released November 22nd, 2005. The aim of this multi-directional shooter is to survive as long as you possibly can, fending off against hordes of geometrical shapes without losing all your precious lives. The game never ends, which is why it's so addicting. Some professional players' games even lasting up to 20 minutes. You also start with 3 bombs and 3 lives. These bombs will help you throughout the game tremendously, as the game gets quite crazy in the late stages. Now don't be afraid to use these, as your main source of score is multiplier, which unfortunately resets upon death. The enemies. We have the Spinny Boys.
Hey, big boy down.
The Mini Boys, pretty much just a black hole. Reactor debris, worm things, a magnet. Yo, why do they keep spawning? Weapons. You start off with the default laser, which is the worst weapon in the game, of course. Thankfully, when you die, you never switch back to the default weapon, but with enough score, you can switch to the Uzi bullets, which are really good for crowd control and the best weapon overall. Or you can get the ghost bullets sometimes, which is still better than the default, but worse for crowd control in my opinion. As with anything, it takes a while to become good at Geometry Wars. The game requires you to practice building focus, concentration skills, pattern finding abilities to successfully surpass the million score mark. I remember watching my friends play it almost every day, quite literally destroying controllers because they died right before meeting their personal best. Geometry Wars is truly a game that tests your ability to perform well under pressure. Now, should you buy Geometry Wars? Is it worth it? Simple answer is yes. It's a super cheap game that delivers hours upon hours of enjoyment, especially if you're taking turns with friends and family. The game is only about $4 depending on which region you're in, so it's super worth it in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching. We genuinely hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe for more videos coming soon. Later.